Give me $500 in a roofing company that's never run an ad in their life, and I'll show you this exact system that you should use to spend that money in the right way to get the right leads. At the end of this video, you should be able either to run ads yourself, or if you're hiring someone to run ads, you'll know what questions to ask them to make sure they'll do the job right. So before I get into it, my name is Luca. I'm the founder of Apex Lab. I'm not going to sit here and throw a bunch of proof and testimonials at you and say I have 100 clients and I did this, this, and that for them. I'm just going to show you how to build out a system and what I would do if say I only have 500 bucks, or I don't want to spend that much money on marketing because I've gotten scammed before, or I'm just skeptical about it in general. So I just want to clarify that $500 is not a lot of money, especially for advertisement. You should be spending a couple thousand a month because your ROI is definitely going to be higher, I promise you, if you're running ads the right way and not messing anything up, like you're targeting the right area, everything like that. We'll go into that, but what I'm trying to get at is the more money you put in, the better results you're going to get. But with $500, you also need to realize that there's a learning phase for the pixel and for the ads. So if you put in $500, it's going to take about a week and a half to see your real results because the pixel is going to get trained, right? It's going to start targeting the right people. It's going to find who to go back to. If they see the ad and they don't book right away, it's going to go back to that person. So it does take time to warm up. Unless you have an account that's warmed up already with this service, it's going to take longer to warm up. So here's why that framing changes everything. Because even though you're spending $500 and you might think it's a waste because, oh, I have to warm up this account, I'm just going to lose all this money, it's not going to get the results I want. After it's warmed up, then you could put the real money into it. You're going to get more leads. And especially if you're a roofing company or anything high ticket, a high ticket service, one job, you're probably going to double what you spend on ads. And the more you spend on ads, the more jobs you're going to get. So just think of it as it's a return on investment, it's ROI, right? You just have to make sure, like I was saying, if you're running the ads right, your ROI is going to be good. You're going to be positive ROI. So let's start building out the system that I would use with only $500 a day and a brand new roofing company that has never run ads. Right, so we're gonna go over to this Miro board right here. You see we have 500. Let me get okay. I got the drawer. Right, so we're starting with $500, like I was saying. So we're gonna run them for 14 days. So it's $35 a day. And the reason that we're not gonna run it a shorter amount of days for a higher price, because yes, the ads are gonna hit more people, but like I've been saying since the start of the video, it needs to warm up. $35 a day is basically nothing, I'm not going to lie. Especially with Meta and Facebook ads, you should at the least be spending 50, especially to start out. 50 is fine to start out, and then you're going to increase that once you start getting good results. And let's say you're working with someone and they're getting you those results, then you know it works, pay them more and spend more on ads, right? So $35 for 14 days. So what are we going to do in these ads? I'll show the ad later, but I'm gonna kind of go over what you want in the ad so that it's finding the right people and you have all the qualified leads you need. So first, the service area, we're only gonna target that service area. So wherever we're servicing, so say if Illinois, for example, if we're in Chicago, we're not gonna target Rockford, right? So with meta ads, you can pick where you want to target, zip code, radius, everything like that. So wherever you service, obviously you're gonna target that area, so you're only getting leads there. And then we're gonna put a lead form on here. I'm spelling it out. We're gonna put a lead form, right? It's gonna be like this little box that they press if they're interested on the ad. It's gonna ask them, are they a homeowner? What's their timeline? What's their budget? Don't mind the handwriting. And then it's gonna ask address, name, and phone number so you could contact them, right? I don't mind the handwriting. I'm just kind of drawing the visual of what it will kind of look like. Obviously, it's going to be like a box like this. You're going to put multiple choice on there so it's easy for them to fill out. The only thing that's not going to be multiple choice is obviously their name, last name, phone number, and then their address. But they'll end up filling that out at the end. So if they answer all the questions, they might as well fill that out. But whatever, let's go into it. So homeowner, obviously, if they say no, they can't do any work on the house if they're a renter. Disqualify that lead. Don't waste your time with it. Timeline. if it's too far out or it's too quick, even like let's say you're getting a ton of jobs and you don't have time, I would still contact that person and tell them you could, you know, um, come back in like 2 weeks because you're booked out for the week. If it's like urgent, see what they say. But timeline, we're really going to go if it's too far out and they answer that it's too far out on the lead form for you, you are going to disqualify that lead. Do not call them. Same thing with budget. If their budget is too low, don't waste your time. We're not price shopping with these ads. All the leads are exclusive to you. It's not like you're on Google or YouTube ads or you're on Angie's or Home Advisor. All those is just it's just bidding wars for one job. And the homeowner's going to price shop everyone because I mean they have all these options for people. But if they're filling out this form, they want you to do the work for them, and they're going to pay whatever price. They're going to pay you what you're worth, which is what I like to say. So we got our form here. Then on the ad, which I'll show one later, we're going to want a real offer. So you need something, like even if it's a percentage off, that's always going to get people interested. Everyone really does like a free estimate, free roof check, anything like that. So if you could do a free estimate, and then if they do the roof job, they get like a free gutter clean or replacement or something like that, that would be great, right? You're going to catch more people's attention with that. And then after they fill out that lead form and they look at that hook and they like it all, you're going to have a fast follow-up. You're going to need follow-up right away. If you don't have automation set up or someone following for you that works for you, you need to be on your phone 24/7 because that's what matters most, right? So in my system, I had a automation that sends an instant text back if they fill this out, and then you could always just call them up, which is always going to be better to book them in. But the text back will book them in your calendar, and it'll keep texting them until they answer till they book, and it's going to text them literally like a couple minutes after they fill out the form, so it's right away, right? So this is, I would say, this is the most important. Obviously, you need the person to fill all this out, but this is how you actually get the job, and that's what you're aiming for. So obviously, like I was talking about, ROI, 2 jobs, because it's high ticket, you're paid back you're 10 times on your investment, right? I mean, especially with the $500. So like I was saying, the more you put in, the more results you're going to get. And that's why a job, you're going to have 5 times your investment. You're going to have 3 to 5 times your investment. And then 2 jobs, obviously, 10 times. So I'm going to do the deed for myself and say that a storm just hit my service area, right? And I have this $500. I'm going to start running ads now. So let's say attention. Oh, it's not drawn. I'm going to say attention wherever I'm servicing homeowners. Attention Dallas homeowners. Let's say free roof inspection, storm or free storm inspection, roof inspection, something like that, right? I would add storm into it because the storm just hit. That's going to be your hook, right? That's your hook there. And then you're going to put a big call to action on your ad. That's going to be one of the biggest things, as well as with the hook or the offer. And that's going to be like a book now or learn more, something like that. And then they'll fill out that form scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, and they'll see this. And right away, they're going to fill it out. Right. So we're doing free health storm. Oh my God. Inspection. Perfect. So just pretend this says, attention Dallas homeowners. We are doing a free storm inspection. That's our offer. Book now. Fill out the form. We do instant text back. So now let's do the math, especially in a stormy season. For a local roofing company, your average cost per lead should be between somewhere, sorry, between $15 to $40 is realistic for that. So out of our $500, we might pull somewhere from 12 to 30 leads. Again, you can't promise anything with this, but it is a storm season, so it's likely. So obviously, anything cold, even like an ad, or you're not gonna close every job in general. But cold, you might get people that fill it out and they don't even answer, and that's just how it goes. Like every lead is not gonna be fully. It's not gonna be a hot lead. It's not. It's gonna be. Some people could answer bullshit on the lead form. Everything's not guaranteed. So you just need to think about it like that. But 10 to 15 leads at this point with $500 is very good. So now let's go and say that I closed a job, made some money. I want to scale my ads now. So I'm gonna find the ad that is performing best, the ad set, and I'm gonna just scale it. I'm gonna add money. Now you never on meta ads you don't want to add like 20%, like 15 to 20%. You could add max, but you never want to go over that because then it's gonna have to redo the learning phase basically. So you want to keep it under that every time you raise it. But you can keep raising it, like you raise it 20% and then the next week you raise it another 20% if it keeps performing. Now, all the other ads in the ad set, because you're probably going to want to have one campaign with 2 ad sets, 5 static ads, 5 image ads in each ad. So one ad set's going to have 5 static ads. The other ad set's going to have 5 video ads. So you're going to get rid of all the shitty ads, right? They're not performing well. You're going to put new ones in there, and then you're gonna scale the ones that are working. So this is an example of a pretty good ad. It has a good offer. Now there needs to be a call to action on it, but just using it as example, this picture here, right here, you obviously would want to grab a real picture and real videos from your work. Before and afters always work well with service-based because people can actually see it. Visual is always better for people. It's more engaging too. But yeah, this is just an example of ad that you can kind of work with. And then if you have no ideas, you can always go to Facebook Ad Manager, look at which ones are performing. The way to do that is looking how long they've been running because that shows that they're a good ad. And then you could always, take from those or like even copy them if you wanted to. So, I mean, that is really it for the $500 plan. To kind of recap, with $500, it's more of a testing price. So you're gonna have one campaign, 2 ad sets, in one ad set, 5 static images, and another 5 video ads. You're gonna run the ads $35 a day for 14 days. Let it warm up before you look at the results. Like we were saying, let's say it's a stormy season. You're gonna have an ad like this one right here, and then you're gonna add like something about the storm. So your offer is about the storm. Call to action, lead form, homeowner, yes or no, budget. You could put the multiple choice there. Timeline, address, first name, last name, phone number. Most important thing, call them or text them right away. Get that lead booked into an appointment at the least. Now, when you're looking at how your ads are performing, you're looking from 15 to 40 leads within that 14 days. Or $15 to $40 cost per lead within that 14 days. Delete the shitty ads, scale the good ads, add more ads. Volume, volume, volume. Same thing goes with the money. And that is really it. That's the 500-day simple ad plan. Yeah, so leave a follow, or leave a subscribe if you enjoyed this video and if you want to learn more.